guys, welcome to our review for Netflix's Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, I think they call it, which is a standalone sequel. If you don't know, Rian Johnson, who ruined Star Wars 2 out of 10! That was from my review all those years ago from Knives Out, which we ended up giving an 8 out of 10. And I don't think we did Glass
I didn't
Onion.
see it. I
did see it, but I kind of forgot it already. So I think the first Knives Out was pretty good. I enjoyed it. And the second Knives Out, I think I enjoyed less. I thought a little more stupidity involved in that one. But let me come out and confess, I love murder mysteries, man.
Clue?
I love this kind of, Clue and, Agatha Christie and her Sherlock Holmes and, what's the French guy? Pierre, Alex.
Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther. The Benoit. What's his name? Perot, that's his name. And now we have Benoit Blanc. And we have another ensemble cast film, including such famous people as Josh Brolin, Glenn Close, Jeremy Renner, Kerry Washington, Andrew Scott, Kaylee Spaney, Thomas Hayden Church, I hadn't seen in a while, Mila Kunis, Josh O'Connor. So some people in this. This came out in theaters. I didn't bother to see it in theaters because I knew it was coming on Netflix for free.
I forgot.
Free. Yeah. But for right now on December 12th. So it's a whodunit. And I gotta say, I loved it. I love these whodunits. And this is in the backdrop of a Catholic church. Well, I don't know if it's Catholic, but it's a backdrop of, it's a priest. So it's got this very religious symbolism and themes and tone to it, which I know my mom would be very upset with a movie like this. She needs to wait until the end because there's usually some kind of tie-in or good thing, and it resolves on a good note. But this is one where I think a lot of Catholics would just turn off the thing and then go out and rail against it and do protests or whatever. Because obviously they play with that. And let's see, Benoit Blanc himself is not, he subscribes to the church of logic and reason and deduction rather than Jesus and faith and blind devotion and things like that. And so the film plays with that a little bit, but more so about this priest who he's a bit of a rebel priest, bit of a scrappy guy, previous boxer, kind of gets in trouble. And so part of a recent punishment kind of gets thrown to a different congregation. And kind of a loose cannon Josh Brolin priest who is doing crazy things with his flock. And the church wants this reform guy who they believe in to kind of even out whatever he's teaching over there. And he becomes embroiled in a murder mystery. And it's a good one, guys. So for the first 20 minutes, I wasn't really feeling it. I was like, okay, we're coming from the perspective of the priest and the boxer. And boy, do they hold off Benoit Blanc for as long as they can. He's not in the film for a while, but he eventually does come. I think at the 30-minute mark, something like that. And it's a breath of fresh air because, obviously Daniel Craig is in his element. He loves this character, and he does a great job with the character and his over-the-top accent. And
it's nothing like Mordecai, though.
Mordecai?
Johnny Depp.
And okay, sure, that's okay, Joe. Oh my God, man, you always gotta do this. And I'd like to see a new Sherlock Holmes from Robert Downey Jr. If you would go back to that. Yeah. I like those. This one not quite as actiony as those. This is more. Here are all of the characters in a room, and each person has their own motivations that they could be the killer. Yeah. And so you go back and forth. Now, to be fair, these kinds of films, it's almost impossible to guess. because Joe.
You asked me.
Joe
Did
got
I get it right?
We're not going to
Yes,
say
I
nothing.
did.
We'll talk about it in
I got it
spoilers.
right.
Yeah, but you just took one look, Joe, and you was like that one.
I'm that good.
Okay.
I'm that good.
Anyways, but
judge people.
there are twists and turns
Yeah.
and interesting and intrigue and betrayal and stretches of believability, but in an entertaining way. And so I really enjoyed it. And I think the religious stuff added to it because it's Wake Up, Dead Man. So you have this kind of... what would you call it? Miraculous resurrection themes in here. And everybody is having a good time. And Glenn Close, she can still act with the best of them, and she's putting in a good performance. Same with Josh Brolin and Thomas Hayden Church. Everybody I enjoyed. So Netflix, if you're gonna spend money, Netflix, let's see. 151 million.
Still better than
that's a lot.
I would rather.
Notice.
It's too much for this.
That's a lot.
It's probably because the ensemble cast majority of that. Box office was only 3 million. Of course, it was only in theaters for like a few days, day or two.
You want me to pay $60 to take 3 people, or I'm gonna watch them home?
It had to be the cast because the sets were fine, but it was like shot like.
It's definitely the
certain
cast
locations.
and the director probably. And I will say it was interesting. From start to finish, I was trying to guess. I couldn't guess. And then when you have the classic big speech that the detective gives.
You're like,
But
wait.
And I really enjoyed it. Now, there are twists upon twists. And then in the middle of explaining a twist, we have another twist. I'm like, okay, well, oh, Jesus, all right. But I still enjoyed myself. And I highly recommend, if you like these murder mystery films and detectives and investigations and thrillers like this, that you go out and watch this with your family.
Yeah,
stay in
I
and watch.
agree. You got the family over, and they're in town. This is a good watch for them. I like the cast. They all did a great job. This was entertaining. It was kind of dragged down a little bit in the beginning, but overall, I still had a good time. I knew who it was because I'm pretty awesome. And at the end, it actually had like a little nice message at the end. I like the message that they had here as well. So
Right. So my mom, who would probably have turned it off,
but
you
it's
keep
like, okay,
watching
I
to the
understand
end.
why this happened. This is like, but along the way, I do like the characters. They're kind of cartoony at times, like over the top. But it was fun. I was entertained. So your family can enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I think it reminded me of an Agatha Christie book that is at a church, and so it's pretty familiar stuff. It's super convoluted, and like you mentioned, there's like so many twists and turns, and this is not the one where if you really want to sit there and guess like who did it, you can guess, but you're not doing it based on like good evidence because everything's so all over the place. I think my only problem is the first 30 minutes. Everyone in the movie is either the main priest character, neutral character, totally fine, but he's like, I don't like him or dislike him. Everyone else is tedious. They are just fucking tedious people until Benoit shows up, and he's just so charming. He was the perfect foil to all of them, and we didn't have those in the beginning, and so it's just like, I really hope he shows up because
please bring the
these
detective.
people are a lot, and I don't necessarily,
So you're right, Alex. Johnson said his key influence were works of Edgar Allan Poe, John Dixon Carr, as well as elements of works of Agatha Christie, especially her novel And Then There Were None, 1939. One of the key scenes in the film was influenced by Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Whoa.
And then Johnson also drew inspiration from his own religious upbringing and evangelicism, with Blanc reflecting his own mixed feelings on organized religion. However, he chose to have the film focus on Catholicism for aesthetic reasons, admitting that the churches he grew up in more closely resembled the pottery barns. So these were more impressive when you go
more
into
stained glass,
cathedral.
and it looks much cooler.
It's these images and these they make this they make these symbolism about the church is basically telling a story, and it can kind of be fake, right? And then that would piss off your religious people. But if you keep going, the message there is, yeah, but why are we telling this story? You know, and so
basically
is
like
it
a
for?
Disneyland.
And I like the it's a little heavy-handed and on the nose where the shot goes from he's in the dark to as he's explaining why the church exists. Then you have the sun. Light, let there be light upon the scene. I liked it.
It was a little cringy, but
I liked it. But you know, and that happens a few times in the film at another point as well. But still a lot of fun, and in my opinion, it might be the best one yet. And I'm over here sitting, wait, are these based on a book series? Do I need to go out and read some books? Or no, this is Rian Johnson, and this is actually Daniel Craig is really involved at this point. They love doing this, and in fact, they've already got ideas for a fourth one that they want to do. And if they're as interesting as these, have at it, Haas. I'd rather watch these from Netflix than the kind of crap. You know, they've been churning out with The Rock and, Gal Gadot. No. Thank you.
If you like this, I think the BBC ones that they have been doing for the past like 5-6 years for Agatha Christie kick the shit out of it. Like it's good. I like this.
So you're right. You probably want if you like this stuff, you need to watch some of these classics.
Yeah, but you gotta get
and read.
BritBox. It's none subscription. I was so mad when a lot of my shows went over there.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it! You're taking all my good shows.
Was it what's the other guy?
Yeah. Poirot,
right. There's a whole series, but you have to subscribe to the thing. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good.
If anyone has it, let me know.
Yeah, you give me your login.
Columbo's on Amazon.
Yeah,
I've seen all of Columbo.
Doc Scott.
Columbo.
But no, there's some incredible
ones. Have you seen Murder, She Wrote?
No.
Are we at that age now that we need to start watching Murder, She Wrote? And what's the other one? Murder, She Wrote.
Columbo was big.
Columbo.
Madlock.
That's what I was thinking.
Quincy, he was a coroner who lived on a houseboat. He solved crimes.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, I've watched all of those murder mysteries. I just loved all of them. Like we would watch the ones on PBS where they would come on, and of course it was like the original. It was almost all Agatha Christie or murder.
A lot of influence.
Whatever. But that's where I think all of these influences come from, because there's one called Murder at the Vicarage, which is kind of, I think, is this one, and then There Were None was incredible. But that's one I think I'll send you a link, because there's some really good
these,
stuff,
man.
But I think ultimately, if we're going into the final verdict, I think this one
let's
is
do final verdicts here.
Better than the second for sure. I think the second was fine. I know we didn't do it together.
We didn't do it. Yeah.
But I think
stop looking for it. I would second one. Joe, I don't think you even watched it, right?
I don't remember.
You don't even remember it. I'll probably give it like a 6. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's I give it it's all right out of 10. And this one I think is actively pretty good. I think one's probably on par with the first Knives Out.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I prefer. I mean, there was times when I was watching the first Knives Out going that doesn't. Why would you call? All right, you just have to kind of swallow the hook.
Yes.
I didn't have as much of that here, where it's things kind of make. Now they're still heavy-handed with some of the imagery
and the twist within the twist.
And the twist within the twist is so fucking convoluted. But I think I'm right where at the first one. I think I'd give this one an 8 out of 10, where it's just I think this is good, especially for something on Netflix when they make so much crap. So. Good on everybody involved with this one.
I like the first one a little bit better. This was still a good watch. I'm going to go with the 7. Just a little bit of the...
Do you remember your rating for the first one?
I think it was probably around the same, an 8.
7 or an 8?
7, 8.
Okay, so you like this one a little less than the first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since I'm being biased because the first one had my girlfriend in it, but it's all right. 7 for me. Check it out.
Who's your girlfriend?
Ana de Armas.
Oh, right.
Yeah. She's great. But yeah, good watch, entertaining. A couple of things that were boring in the beginning, but it kind of picked up. 7.
Okay, and yours was again?
8, I think. Yeah, whatever I gave the first one.
Yeah, I'm between an 8 and a 9. I really, really enjoyed it. I kind of liked the religious aspects of it, and I think that ties up nicely. I think the individual players were stronger actors, or more compelling actors, and more interesting characters to me, more lovable to hate than the original. So that's why I want to lean. Since I rated the original an 8, I would think this would be like a 9. I would think, yeah. I can go in either an 8 and tell people I like them more than the other one just because they're the same rating. And obviously, you don't like something
This would be like
exactly
slightly.
the same.
We don't do
this one I
halves.
like slightly less, right? Because exactly.
0.5.
No 0.5, Joe. This is not OJ Bad movie reviews. Which, by the way, by the time this goes up, I think I'm gonna put the OJ Bad movie review up first. So new OJ Bad movie review. Go watch that. There's a little surprise there for how Joe wants to rate movies. Which
It's going to change every time.
It's going to change everything.
Yes, that's my thing.
Okay, and then, but for here, I will end on an 8 out of 10. But I do like this one a little better than the first one. So apparently Netflix, back in 2021, Netflix bought the rights to 2 Knives Out sequels for over $400 million. So that first Knives Out came out and everybody liked it. And then Netflix was like, I want 2 more. And they gave $400 million for them. So this completes that. Now, is Netflix willing to pony up some more money in order to get some more? The future
depends on if they go through with buying Warner Brothers. You won't have any more money.
Still nothing on that.
Yeah. In September 2022, Johnson confirmed his intention to make more of the films in the series, and he's probably available now that his Star Wars trilogy is done. It's done and it's gone. It's confirmed that he is not going to get his own trilogy, and buddy with Kathleen Kennedy, it's over with. So he has plenty of time now to make these, and honestly, he's good at these. And I enjoy these, and I like them for these. Later that month, Craig and Johnson separately said they would like to continue making further film as long as they're both involved. And then October 2025, that's just recently, Johnson stated he had nothing planned for the 4th film in the series right now, though he expressed a willingness to make another film, and as long as him and Craig have fun doing and the audiences enjoy them. Yeah. He says he finds them challenging to make in terms of developing the plots, and they are pretty convoluted, and I like the little stories that they have. But November 18th, it was announced that Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig were starting to formulate ideas for a potential 4th Knives Out movie. So they want that Netflix money. They probably heard about that sale, and they're like, okay, hold on, we better get some money before they start handing out money. All right. So that's how we feel about Knives Out. Have you seen it on Netflix? Tell us what your opinions are on it down below. And if you'd like to join us in the spoiler section, we will see you there. Otherwise, thank you so much, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys. Hey, welcome to the spoiler section.
So there's a great movie. It is one of my favorite old movies. It's called Murder by Death. It's got Peter Falk in it.
Murder by Death.
And it's making fun of this entire genre of movies.
Nice.
And Truman Capote's in it. At the very end of the movie, he points at each one of these writers because they're all supposed to be famous murder mystery writers. And he's like, you always introduce characters in the last 30 minutes we could never have guessed. Characters hiding from it. Yeah, I love it. I have it on DVD.
Oh, Murder by Death with Columbo in it.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Peter Falk. Yeah, boy.
So, but like that's kind of, you get a lot of that here where it's just like, how many twists and turns are we doing here, Ryan? Like I think this is the upper limit of how many crazy things.
Yeah, you stop right here. You go, if he had gone one more, I'd have been like, all right.
So man. I'm worried about the 4th one where it's just like, no, bro, let's not.
But yeah, just keep it at, because there is a. All right. We're in the spoilers.
We're in the spoilers.
We're going to give you another warning because obviously all these films predicate on knowing who the villain was. Who done it. So, Joe, who done it? Who did you predict done it?
Glenn Close.
You took one look at her and she got that face and she was this old religious lady and mean and you was like, she did it.
But there
was a line that said she had all the answers and she also knew where all the bodies were buried.
She's like, she files everything. She basically runs this whole place. She knows where all the bodies.
Yeah.
Like, that's her.
And I do think that it's a little obvious. She knows, the movie came out and said it.
Yeah.
And I guess they just thought that maybe through subterfuge they would be able to introduce the rest of the characters and then get you to be like, well, maybe,
Then
but
they give her the whole story of how she was little, and then
Yeah.
she kind of saw his last breath and what happened with
and
the
once
fight.
that scene was over, when
like,
she
"That's a lot of
finished
screen
explaining
time."
about the harlot and the slut or whatever
That's
she
a lot of
called her,
screen time for this woman.
I was like, and none of that happened.
Yeah.
You know, she's lying about it, and that is exactly what it is. So it might actually be predictable in a way. Sorry to poo-poo on your parade, Joe, because you were like, I figured it out. The film does kind of point to her initially and then try to do some
twist,
hand-waving,
yeah.
and then later on it comes back to her.
And it's almost always the most talented actor/actress that did it. So that, I mean,
That's
you
true.
should watch a lot of these ones. You're like, wait a
I don't
minute, why are
remember.
you in this? You are like S tier. It's like, you wanted to play the villain. You wanted to.
Okay, so basically the priest
In the 1970s, there's a priest who used to be a tycoon, $80 million. And he hates the fact that his daughter, who is a harlot and a whore, she banged some random person.
likes to wear revealing clothing.
Yeah, and she had a one-night stand and had a son, and so he's like, look, he wants to bring her in the church. And this righteous man, this Catholic priest, he cashes out his $80 million, and instead of giving it to the poor or doing anything that would do good with it, he
Or giving it to his daughter.
Well, he definitely doesn't want to do that because she's a harlot
18.
and a whore. But he's a Catholic priest. He's supposed to be taking care of people.
Right.
But instead, he swallows a diamond he bought for $80 million.
Yeah.
Denying the poor, which I think is kind of the whole theme of
And they go, oh,
church.
poor. I don't know if the film is like, oh, poor her. I'm like, yeah, but what about, $80 million. He's a priest. He could have done something with the
lot.
money. That's what I'm thinking. But the film is all like, oh, she should have got
You
it.
can't think about any of that because we have to.
Just think about the characters.
But
here.
now
Don't think about
there's a
grand
missing
screen.
fortune, and so we fast forward.
It's in his belly.
And so we fast forward, and then we have this demagogue priest, and he's running this parish, and he has psychos in the pews, and they are the most fervent, fanatical,
Yeah.
tedious fucking people, and it's just like them, and that's his flock.
Yeah, so we got the lawyer lady, and you can tell that she's a piece of shit, and she does the lawyery things, and then she was forced to raise
Sigh.
Cy, who is the adoptive son, and an aspiring politician who is basically latches on to every fucking controversial lightning rod issue just to see if it'll work, but has no genuine bone in his body. Who else? So that's two. And then there was the doctor. Renner's character, who his wife left him, and he wants to get a lot of money so that he can attract his wife back. And he gets drunk all the time, and he's lazy, and he kind of sucks at his job, and he's he's actually taking care of, I think it's children, so if he fucks up at his job, it's kind of fucked up. So he's a piece of shit.
And the writer.
And then the writer, he wrote some good sci-fi novels in the past, but now he lost it, and he's in a bunch of conspiracy theories or something.
Yeah.
And he's trying to write a biography about this religious dude. And he just doesn't want to live life with a bunch of fans who go out and prepare for doomsday. That's his hell. He wants, more recognition than that. And then
The musicianist that is ill.
And then there you go. What's that one?
Yeah, her thing is she fell ill. Her nerve system's kind of fucking up, so she's turned to the priest because the priest said, "I will heal you with the powers of God."
Yeah, and so she's writing him $10,000 checks every month.
Yeah, she's got a lot of money, and she thinks that
there's the
she's going to have a
motives.
miracle, and God is going to heal her. So as long
And she's
as
not
she
being
keeps
healed, so it
giving
could
money.
be her. That's the motives.
Yeah.
So those are our six kind of characters. And then the little girl, Glenn Close's character, who is the church lady.
Yeah, and then her husband, who's the groundskeeper. And so our boxer priest gets kind of sent there.
Wait,
almost.
that's her husband? I thought it was just like
The love interest.
just
or
a love
something.
interest for her,
Yeah.
and it's just a groundskeeper. It's her lover, but
Groundkeeper
not husband.
Willie.
And so our priest gets sent there kind of as a punishment, sort of. He's like, hey, this dude's kind of a fanatic. Can you temper him out a little bit? And And then pretty quickly, I mean, he's just kind of a psycho. He's like, I want power. That's the only thing he confesses to him, and he lies about jerking off all the time to make him uncomfortable. But he does mention, he's like, I do want power. I do want nice cars. I do want all these things. And you can tell that those are the only genuine things he's actually confessing. And then it's revealed to him that Glenn Close actually knew the location of the fortune. And so that kind of sets this whole thing off.
So she's got this elaborate tomb for her father and next to the church and the groundskeeper's property, and it turns out there's a little jewel in his belly, and so but nobody knows where it's at. And at one point in the film, you see Glenn Close's character who is trading barbs with the new priest, and this group of tight-knit assholes and self-important motherfuckers are trying to protect their demagogue and their fucking religious leader, because it turns into you versus me, the new priest versus the old priest. But as he's trading barbs with Glenn Close's character, he's talking about confession, and she kind of realizes that, he's accusing me of being afraid of, the priest. And that's not true. I'm a devout, Catholic and this and that, and I'm going to finally confess. And so she gains the courage to go and confess and tell her story. And when she tells the story of where the money is heading to this priest, Josh Brolin's priest, that she goes, that was the wrong priest to confess in. And the sad part and the poignant part is she should have confessed to him, because he was the good priest and that one was the bad priest. So he kind of comes out of confession like this, and it's just a moment in the film, and you're like, that means something, but we don't know what it is until later. So he hatches a plan.
Yeah, he just calls up a forklift, and he's like, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to go,
take a jolt for myself.
Yeah, $80 million. It was $80 million 20 years ago. I mean,
but his attitude kind of changes because he's like, well, now I'm going to be rich, and I'm going to, and he talks with his son. It's revealed that Cy is actually his son.
It's his son.
And he embraces his son, and his son's a piece of shit. He's always trying to gain more power, so he tries to convince Josh Brolin's priest that if we use this money, we can make you president. We could use your charisma. We can use my YouTube channel, and we can do all this stuff. But at first, we have to burn all these bridges. All these people will drag us down. So Josh Brolin has like a little meeting, a little prayer group, and he turns on them. And he just starts, revealing their secrets, just trying to get rid of them, basically.
Yeah, do you think that makes it more likely or less likely? Because, this whole thing was such a leap in logic.
This is a speech. Motherfuckers killed me.
Yeah, I this whole thing, it didn't make any sense motivation-wise.
Why he would do that in such a way.
Yeah, it's so silly. It's like, they're going to burn you down. It's like, well, you're not killing them. You're just making enemies now, and they're going to be mad at you whether you become president or not.
This is the weaker part. Now, I think it's because his son is recording in the background, and they believe that they can use this as a way to gain influence. Either through blackmail or posting it.
They didn't know.
No, the son was...
Yeah, Cy did it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant the people in there.
No, it's Cy's and his plan the whole time to record while he calls these people out. Possibly for blackmail, possibly just release it online anyway so he can become the demigod to people all around. Wag your finger at the people and you're taking down evil, et cetera, et cetera. But obviously, when you do that, you give a motive for murder.
I will ruin your business.
And we're still, at this point, the audience is like, well, who the fuck done it? It can't be the father.
Except me.
And then, so there's multiple twists, okay? Yeah. So initially, Benoit comes in, or what's his name? I keep calling him Benoit, but it's Blanc. And so Blanc comes in, and he believes that the priest is a good one. But at some point, he can't solve the case. He's got all the pieces together. The priest goes into this back room, and he drinks. But, the priest tells the story that, oh, he's just gaining a momentary, gaining his composure. But he usually drinks. And he gets stabbed. And it's like, how does he have this knife in his back, face down on the floor?
No one could get in.
Nobody could get in. And then he walks in, and then the doctor says, wait, don't touch anything. And he then reveals that it's a knife in his back, and everybody starts to accuse the priest because they were having a fight. Well, it turns out that that was staged.
And Blanc was actually lying about not knowing.
Yes.
And so it's
that's the first reveal.
Yeah.
The first twist is, oh, shit, the father that we've been following the whole time might be a bad guy, too. He might be the killer.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't honest with them. But then that turns out to be, no, he's just hiding his booze bottle. He kicks the booze bottle under the door. And you're like, well, why is he doing this? And it turns out that he was just trying to hide the secret. And he goes up to get the booze bottle, and the booze bottle is gone. Disappears.
Took it.
But, so that's your first one. What else?
Yeah, so Benoit Blanc is pretending like he doesn't know what it is. There's the local sheriff, who's Mila Kunis, is like, hey, I actually read the book you threw at me, asshole, and you've known the entire time that he wasn't dead until later on, and like, why are you keeping these secrets? And so it's like, these characters are pretending like they know stuff, and then they don't know stuff, and so it's like, if you're hoping to deduce who it is, you're not going to do it.
Josh Brolin character gets up, and it's filmed in a way where it's Josh Brolin getting up, and you think, oh, wake up dead man, he's actually waking up. But apparently this was just in the priest's mind at one point. There's a sequence where there's flashing lights, and it's Josh's character. It's not Josh's character. Later on it's revealed it is the groundskeeper in a wig. I would have liked for the doctor to maybe injected him with some hallucinogenic drugs or something to get that going, but they don't have that scene. Yeah. Instead, but that was what initially it was supposed to, he gets knocked out because so then, hold on. You think it's the doctor at first, but then it's revealed that it is the faithful church lady that made an alliance with the doctor and was using him as the patsy, essentially.
Yeah.
She spikes the alcohol because she knows about everything. It knocks him out. And then when the guy goes over to check the body, we were thinking, oh, there's robots that would fire fucking knives in his back and shit because there's no person.
Door,
no,
something. And
then they were investigating RF signals, and there was a signal, but the timing was wrong. And they're like, well, I don't understand. Well, it turns out that it was there's this little demon head. And this demon head is attached to his back. And it's like, how can the demon head be a part of this? Well, it's revealed that there are two demon heads. Now, the first demon head... the second demon head is painted red.
They're both
and the first one
red.
was black. But then they sew the demon head onto his gown. He doesn't realize it because the church lady does it. So he puts it on. And then when he falls down, the doctor stops the priest, the good priest, from investigating further, swaps the thing as she makes a distraction. And really kills the guy. So technically, the murderer is the doctor, but in alliance with the church lady. So he gets killed in that moment because we do see Josh Brolin's body in the morgue, and they're fucking lifting it up, and throwing it around,
tickling him.
He's like, stop that! Stop messing with the body. And so later, when you see him rise, you're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like, wait, you saw him. You're a pretty good detective. You would know he was dead.
It was a false narrator,
Some Scooby-Doo shit going on.
Right, Scooby-Doo shit. Well, okay, so what had really happened... Oh, and then they have this camera that's right in front of the grave, and it's motion detection, so then when the Lazarus door falls and he walks out, it is the groundskeeper who will do anything for his love, the church lady. And so the church lady says, you need to do this, and so he dresses up. And then him and the doctor go into this little grove. But whereas Thomas Hayden's church character, Samson, is just doing it because he loves her and he doesn't really care about the money.
They said they're gonna get rid of it or throw it in the sea. All of the things they say, not a single person was like, give it to the poor.
Yeah.
Not a single fucking person.
You're not supposed to think of it like that. It's just
That's not how
corruption.
churches work.
Yeah, I'm very fucking aware.
Okay, so
I've been to the Vatican. That shit is gold.
You've been there. So then the doctor's like, wait a minute. This is really,
weak.
this
He's
is
like,
very expensive. And
This
I'm
is very
gonna keep
expensive. I'm going to keep it. Maybe it could bring my wife back and my kids will come back and love me. So he kept it.
And he grabs the fucking sickle and he kills the church or the groundskeeper. And the priest, the way it's depicted, we think the priest, because the priest arrives at that moment, goes into the grove, and then we get this hallucinatory thing where he thinks it's the actual guy, and he thinks he accidentally kills the groundskeeper because he's trying to kill the other guy.
I've never woken up from a nap and thought I killed somebody.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. And he wants to confess the whole time, so he's trying to go to the cops and confess. But Blanc is like stopping him in a comedic thing. That was fun.
There's a period of time where the priest is like, Blanc, I don't want you to help me anymore. I need to go out and be a priest. And not once does Blanc go, hey, stupid motherfucker, you are the prime murder suspect. The cop has just told you are going to jail.
Yeah, but also, if you're a priest, you can't let the murderer just walk around and be a murderer.
And he was just going to go.
I'm just going to forget about it.
He's going to go turn himself.
And I'm going to go console this lady who her mom is sick in the hospital, and I just need to do this. No. But I get what's there. It's just like we're trying to prove his moral compass. Yeah. And we're also trying to shed light on religion and how it helps others.
I think they felt like appeasement scenes.
Yeah,
where it was like, hey, we don't want people to be upset, so we have to have these appeasement scenes. But I don't think they flawlessly meshed together.
Yeah, and then so turns out that after the doctor gets greedy. He's supposed to meet with the church lady. And he does meet with the church lady. And he's like, hey, everything went according to plan. She shows up at his house. But she realizes that something's wrong. And
she knows Samson's dead.
She knows. That's right, because she found Samson's body. And so that's why she suspects that the doctor turned on her.
She's like, oh, he has risen. And then they're like, oh, the groundskeeper's
She overhears
dead.
them saying, right. She runs over there. Love of her life is dead. I don't know why they get married. But she goes there. And so when she meets him, she swaps the coffee cups because she suspects that he's going to poison her.
That's some Vicini shit right there.
I don't know how the fuck she knew that he was going to do that, but she does it. And so when he reveals to her
$80 million
that she's going to die in 10 minutes, he's the one who lives, and he's going to die in 10 minutes. And then so she stages the scene and puts his ass into fucking acid bath.
Jeremy Renner's a small man, but I don't believe for one second that almost 70-year-old Glenn Close can lift his ass in that tub.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard. She needs some help.
Probably hurt her.
Maybe if it takes all day, she can do it. But yeah, so then puts it in there and then stages, the dead body of the Josh Brolin's priest, like he's choking him or something, and to try to build this story. But the whole thing falls apart, and she confesses. Because as Blanc is doing his big speech in front of everybody, and it's that grandiose thing that we're waiting for all film, he goes, oh, shit, I can't solve it. And you're like, whoa, Blanc can't solve the case. But he's really just playing because he wants to give her an opportunity to confess.
And it's giving the other ones kind of a sense of hope and stuff as well. So kind of plays to that as well.
And then so as she makes her confession to the priest, they do it out in the open so that everybody can hear and the police can hear. And
they left.
Even though that should be between the priest and her only in the confessional, but that was planned. And then she confesses, and it turns out that she had already poisoned herself. So she was just going to make right with God, and she does it with the good priest this time instead of the bad priest. And they play that for, inspiration. And he does, and he gives her last rites, and he does it in a gentle way, and he even says, hey, you need to forgive the harlot and the whore. And she's like, no. And then
let go of the hatred.
And then she's like, yeah, all right, I see it. I'll forgive her.
And then she goes, that poor girl.
Blah.
Yeah, and she dies.
She dies.
And opens her palm.
Oh, yeah. That opens her palm and Jewel falls out. And then
They look at each other.
Blanc and the priest.
I see nothing.
Blanc is
just
such a good
walks off.
guy. He doesn't care. He's not going to take it. And so the priest takes it. And he uses it
For good,
Nothing.
right?
He uses it for nothing.
For good.
once again. Well, I guess
this one
in this
he can't.
instance,
he can't because Sai
technically
is
it belongs
the
to
rightful
Sai,
owner.
the adoptive
so
son.
he's like, I'm gonna audit you every time you fix the roof, fix anything. I will be there watching.
You can anonymously donate money.
Yeah. That would be how he does it. That would be okay. So that's implied that once he opens the church back up, it's gonna be popular as hell because of all this stuff has leaked out. Now you're probably not gonna get the best people going to the church, and that's what one of the fathers or bishops was talking about. Yeah. But he is so filled with God's inspiration that he will. Take these lost souls and
that if it doesn't work out, he's got $80 million stashed back there in Jesus' chest. You can be like, you know what?
He just fucking flew off.
You know what? Fuck you people.
So initially at the beginning of the film, he suggested, "Hey, I'm pretty good with wood. I can just replace that." And no, don't touch that. And that was from the old history and old trauma. So now that that's done with, he builds a new cross and then he hides it in the cross. And it's shown right there. Yeah. So if Sai sees it at any point, if he goes to that church at any point, that is his.
When the sun hits it directly, it just glimmers.
Yeah.
His
no, the
not
sun,
a very smart thing to do.
Yeah.
To put it right there is what I'm saying.
Or generous.
Or generous.
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
So the priest is okay with lying and stealing from that guy.
Fuck that guy.
I agree, but I'm with Blanc. Blanc's like, I'll lie to church, man. I don't give a shit. You people are terrible.
Yeah, and then he walks in at the end. He's like, okay, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, he's like, do you want to come to my mass? He's like, this is the least.
That's what he said.
Something like,
literally anything else.
Yeah.
And he sticks with his guns there. But it is implied that the priest has
more newcomers.
More newcomers, and he's going to be a good priest, and this and that, and it wraps up nicely and in a nice little bow. And there's not like a tease for a new one or anything.
No,
like
it just
that.
gives a little recap. The lawyer moves on to something else.
Oh, right. They do a recap for each character. How's it go for each character?
Yeah,
Joe?
Sai is still looking for the money. He hired a lawyer. He's never gonna find. Well, he'll probably find it.
And the bishop calls him a fucking prick or something.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole, whatever. The book writer writes his book, and then
it's only psychos that like it.
Yes, the thing he hated, it just turned on him.
Yeah, so he might have some amount of success, but he's going to be miserable the rest of his life. And then
the doctor got what he deserved.
He did.
The doctor dead.
He did.
Glenn
Josh
Close killed her.
Brolin dead.
Glenn Close killed herself.
Dead.
She dead.
Poor
Thomas Hayden's dead.
He did. Well, he was just trying to, help out. Yeah, he was.
He said,
trying
"I'll
to get
do
that
anything
church
for
lady
her." I was
booty.
like, "Oh, well."
Yeah.
And then Mila Kunis, you could tell her character. She's the police sheriff or whatever,
really
chief or whatever.
She
knew she was out of her element, and I was like, how the fuck did Blanc get here anyway? And I think they drop a line. Some other detective in her department gave her the number. He's like, I gotta tell that person thank you, because she wouldn't have been able to solve it herself.
She's just gonna take the priest and he's like, "All right, we're good."
Yeah,
you did it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the violin lady, she decides that she's never going to be healed, so she's just going to play through the pain and embrace her gift. And so she's starting to kind of, doing her music again, sweating, clearly, in discomfort, but at somewhat peace, no longer, holding out hope for a miracle. She's just going to live the rest of her life. With none
of her money.
With none of her money.
She says that I gave you all of my savings, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. So, little lessons. Lessons learned, a fun adventure, a murder mystery that you get to guess back and forth with Master Detective Daniel Craig, which post 007, I like this character for him, and I would like to see more. And if, like I said, if Netflix wants to fund another one, I say good on them, as long as they're interesting like this. And I continue to do the ensemble casts because I like that. I like these masters of the screen, these great actors and actresses. Maybe not some of them.
Maybe not $150 million in your,
Yeah,
because that's crazy.
yeah,
But
that's pretty big. That's a lot.
Or if they want to get Mordecai, it's a 12 and
You
Rotten
want to do
Tomato.
Mordecai? Fucking Johnny
12.
Depp. I don't think he's
Damn.
available anymore, Joe. I think he's gonna do more
Critics, 31.
Disney, pirate films. So
yeah, that and his weird cologne. It's Christmas time, so he's always doing his weird cologne commercials. There's like a tiger, and he's in the desert, and it's dark, and then there's a wolf, and he's playing a guitar, and then he says some weird word, and he goes, sauvage. It's like, what the fuck was this? Stop it.
he did it. You're gonna begin the film. He did it.
That guy.
The best actor.
He's weird looking.
He's the best actor. It's always the best actor that did it. Apparently,
Yeah.
I don't remember
They do
Glass
Buddy
Onion.
Cop.
I don't remember who
Buddy
did it.
Cop with both of them.
Yeah. All right. That's going to be it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see. Did you enjoy it? Did you predict who it was? And go watch Murder by Death. And go watch
Murder by Death, yeah.
Go watch Columbo, too. It's awesome. All right. Bye, guys.